Hello and welcome to Guitars for Bars. I'm your host James. It is the night before Thanksgiving 2018. It's been just over 2 months since I put the last coats of clear on this when I did the Sparkle. So tomorrow, Thanksgiving Day, I'm planning on putting the final coats of clear on this that will get sanded and buffed out. So I'm trying to show you right now the little bit of ripple orange peel in the finish. It's really hard to see because it's not real serious, but it's serious enough. It's not the way it's going to look when it's finished. You got a couple spots right here. You can see it's not perfectly smooth yet. So the final coats of clear that I put on tomorrow and the sanding and buffing should take care of pretty much all of that. So I'm going to wet sand it now and get it ready for the final coats of clear. It's February 3rd, 2019. The weather's finally warm enough. It's time to buff this Jackson. Okay, I did not sand much on the little corners. You can see they're still kind of shiny. This part has been sanded level and it's ready to buff. I left a little bit there. I'm going to be using this Evercoat heavy duty rubbing compound. I'm going to use the 3M Perfect It Ultra Fine. I might use some of this Meguiar's swirl remover. I'm going to use this buffing attachment for cordless drill. And I've got some little pads that go with that. I've got some water with a little bit of alcohol mixed in to wipe it down in between different compounds. I've also got a bottle of plain water here also because I like to get the pad wet before I start using it. Now, I don't have a lot of experience in buffing. I'm not the best at it, so I'll just do the best I can. They usually turn out pretty decent, but it is a guitar. It's going to get played, it's going to get handled, it's going to get scratched up. So with that in mind, we'll just get started here. I'm just going to smear a little bit on. They say use like a dime size amount. There's plenty of videos on YouTube to watch to learn how to buff. So I'm going to study up on it some more. I've watched a few. The 3M Perfect It stuff actually came with a video. I watched that a few times and I've had pretty good luck following most of the directions on it. There's not much to it. I've got an air-powered buffer too, a small one, but when you use that, you got to deal with the cord, the hose for it. So it's just easier. They just came out with these ones for the drill, so I thought I'd give them a try. I'm using an old pad on the back because the screw heads are going to screw up the pad a little bit. The cordless idea failed, so we're going to switch to one with a cord. The cordless one, the battery didn't last very long and it didn't have enough speed. So we're going to this one. Okay, after just a few minutes of the heavy cut using the other drill, the one with the cord, this is what we've got. It's starting to get slick. You can see the reflection of the light. It's still a little bit fuzzy, but the 3M Perfect It will take all of that out. There's still a few streaks of water on there. Well, that didn't take long to bring out the shine with the other drill and that heavy cut stuff. You can't see it very good on the video, but in real life you can actually see the individual LED lights. You can almost see them there, but I can see them pretty good from where I'm standing. So now I'm going to switch to the 3M Perfect It. Here, I'll just show you real quick what this is. Perfect It 3000 Ultrafine SE. That's 3000 grit. Its swirl eliminator quickly and effectively removes machine polished swirls and all that other good stuff. If vapor is harmful, may cause eye and skin irritation, so use ventilation. It lasts a long time. This is a great big bottle of it, and you can see how big it is. It's like a quart, and I only use a little bit each time. So this is, I've used so far probably about this much. I've painted a couple motorcycles, a van hood, and a couple guitars so far, and I still got a lot of it left. Okay, I've dampened my new pad, switched to a different one. This is the one I usually use for the Perfect It. And I've also added something to stand on because I was having a lot of trouble with that. And since I've got a cord, I'm going to put this over my shoulder like this so it stays out of my way. And first, I'll go around and pick up some of the compound that I put down on the body. And then start buffing. Alright, I've cleaned it off. The back is done. It is not quite as shiny as the front's going to be, but it's the back. It's going to get scratched up. You still can't see the individual LED lights with the iPhone. You can see them when you're looking at it, but you can't see them with this phone. So not much I can do about that. But you can see it looks pretty good. You can see all the sparkle. Lights up real nice. Alright, so I'm going to do the sides and the front and then show you what that looks like, and then it's going to be done. Alright, if this was mine, I would call it quits. It's shiny enough, looks good. You still can't see the lights with my phone, but you can see them in person. But since this is not mine, and I'm doing this for my friend Ben Faust, I'm going to hit it with one more product. I'm going to use this Meguiar's Mirror Glaze, Professional Show Car Glaze, pure polish for a deep gloss shine. And we'll see how that turns out. Alright, now that I got the glaze on it, I'm looking at it close, and I can still see some scratches. See them in the black right there? Right in between the light. So I still got some micro scratches in there. So I'm going to go back to the pad for the Perfect It 3000 and work on that for a while and try to get that out. Try to get that a little bit sharper. And then I'm going to go back and do the glaze again. Otherwise, it's looking pretty good. It's just got those little bitty micro scratches that I'd really like to try to get out, especially off the black. Can't really see them on the sparkle part because of the sparkle, but when you get to that stripe, they start to pick up a little bit. So I'm going to work on the stripe a little bit and then hit it all with the glaze again, and that's just on the front. I'm not going to worry about the sides of the back. They're good enough because of the sparkle. So I think Ben will be happy. Okay, I had to go back with the heavy cut. The 3M Perfect It didn't quite do it. So I went back with the heavy cut, and that took care of about 99% of everything. There's still a little micro scratch here and there, but I'm satisfied with it. It looks a lot better. I had to go over the whole black because I had some up here that were kind of bad, and I had some right there that were kind of bad, and I had a little section there that I missed, and I had a bunch down here around the controls that I had to get rid of. There was one bad one right there, so that's gone. So I think I'm at a stopping point with this. So if you're doing this yourself, be prepared to spend hours buffing depending on how good of a finish you want. This one, like I said, you can't see a lot of the scratches if there are any because the glitter is just too strong. But when you get on that black, everything shows up. So if you're painting your guitar black or some dark color, you're definitely going to see every scratch, and it's going to be a lot easier to see them, to get them buffed out, and you're going to have to just spend more time buffing. If you can afford to get a pack of the 3M 3000 grit sandpaper, you can get some of those deeper scratches out a little bit better. Right now I can't afford it, so I had to spend a little extra time with the buffer. But there it is. So I'm going to wipe this down one more time and then set it aside to put together later this week when it gets cold. And the next one I buff will be the Solo V, the Tiger Shark. We're going to get that one done, and I'll get both those put together over the cold days we got coming up. All right, thank you for watching. Oh, one more thing. Remember, if you're doing this yourself, wash your buffing pads after you get done while the stuff is still fresh on. The compound is still fresh. What I use is a little bit of Dawn dish soap and scrub them, wash them out by hand, and just set them aside to dry. You don't want to put them away wet because they'll mold. All right, thanks again for watching. Please hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.